Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us today. My name's James from Livestorm. In this video, we'll be diving into the powerful combination of using your Livestorm event data via the HubSpot integration and marketing events to create reports based on your Livestorm event data. We'll walk you through the process step by step on how you can build your own reports in this video, and we'll verify that your event data is syncing as expected. We'll confirm that your marketing events are getting the data as expected, and how you can build your own reports to report on your Livestorm events. So in this video, we'll use the HubSpot's reporting feature to build two critical reports. The first report we'll look at is a registration report by event to measure your event's popularity. The second report we'll look at is an attendance report. We'll take a look at the features, how you can customize your report, how you can add filters. Grab your credentials for HubSpot and Livestorm, and let's get started. Okay, so let's jump into our Livestorm dashboard. For this example, I've created 5 different events: an Earth Series, Dubai, Los Angeles, Paris, Singapore, and Sydney. Now they each have one session and they both have registrants, and some of those registrants have attended. So what I want to do is see how many of those registrants have attended. But for now, the first thing that we want to do is make sure that our HubSpot integration is enabled. We'll click on apps. And if we scroll down here until we find HubSpot V3, let's click on that. And if we click on settings, we can see that it's turned on and connected, and we get a verification of the account and the organization ID. You can scroll down now and review the settings here. One that we're looking for is marketing events. So we're going to focus on marketing events in this video. Create automatically a marketing event for an upcoming and on-demand session. And the HubSpot integration is enabled, so we can go ahead. Jumping into our HubSpot dashboard, the first thing we want to do here is we've confirmed that our integration is enabled. We want to confirm that our events from Livestorm are moving into HubSpot as marketing events. There's 2 ways you can get to the marketing events menu. From your contacts menu, if you click on the drop-down box here on the top left, and scroll down until you find marketing events. Perfect. I've got my 5 events there: Sydney, Singapore, Paris, Los Angeles, and Dubai. Another way that you can get to this menu is by clicking on marketing and going to events, and that will bring you to the same place. And of course, you can also keep this as a bookmark in your menu, so it'll be easily accessible for events in your bookmarks menu. So now that we've located the marketing event section in HubSpot, we can verify that our data is syncing across as expected. Now I can see here I've got my 5 different event sessions, and there's a column here for registrations, attendees, and cancellations. So looking at the registrations, that number does match the amount of registrations I have in Livestorm, and the attendees, that's who's actually attended the events. So another thing you might notice here, the cancellations column. This means that people who are excluded, people who registered previously and you've removed them from a session, or if you've blocked them from a session, they will be counted in the cancellations column here. So it's worth noting that that column of data is there as well. Now that we've confirmed that our data is in HubSpot, let's go ahead and build a report. So let's click on reporting on the left and reports in the menu. We want to create our first report. Let's click on create report on the top right. On the left, we want to click on custom report. There's a few different options there that you might want to explore, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to click on custom report, and then we'll click on next on the top right. So on this screen, we get to choose our data sources. There's 2 data sources we're going to choose. The primary data source that we want is contacts. So that's good. So create your own report, primary data source, contacts. For our report, we also want to add more data sources. So we'll click on add more data sources, and then we'll scroll down until we find marketing events. So we want to create a report on our marketing events. If we click on marketing events, now you'll notice that marketing event participants is automatically selected, which makes sense. So we'll click on next on the top right. Okay, and here we have our main report builder. So we've chosen our data sources. Let's give it a name: Livestorm, event session, popularity. The first thing we notice on this screen is on the left here we have 3 data sources selected. So they're the data sources we selected on the previous screen. And based on those data source selections, these are the fields that you can push into your report when you're creating your report. So we have X-axis and we have Y-axis. So the X-axis is the vertical axis of our bar chart that we're about to create. You have a horizontal bar or a vertical bar, or you can select any of these other chart types. But for this one, we'll stay with the vertical bar. And the X-axis, which is the vertical axis, we want to choose a field of information to add to this report. Marketing events name. We can just drag that across there to the X-axis. Perfect. So now we can see our 5 event sessions on the X-axis of this report. Next thing we want to do is add our Y-axis. We're going to go ahead and search our contact information. This is the information of who has actually attended those events. So far we just have the event sessions on the X-axis. Choose count contacts. We're going to choose count contacts, and we're going to drag that to the Y-axis. And now we can see this is the people who have registered for these 5 event sessions. We can see here 10 Dubai, 10 Los Angeles, 5 Paris, 12 for Singapore, and 10 for Sydney. Let's go back to our dashboard here in Livestorm. And let's click on Dubai. We can see there's 12 attendees. So that includes 2 team members. There's 10 registrants plus 2 team members, and they've all registered for this session. Check our report, Dubai. There are 10 registrants for that session. The information is showing correctly, so I'm happy with that. Back in our HubSpot dashboard, I'm going to go ahead and save this report. You get some options here when you save the report. Don't add this to a dashboard, add to an existing dashboard, or add to a new dashboard. Let's go ahead and add this to new dashboard and click on next. And you get some options there for permissions as well. Let's call it reports, Livestorm, save and add. Let's say from our contacts menu, if we want to review those reports again, or if we want to see an updated report, we go reporting, dashboards. On this dashboard, we can see my first report has been built. Let's click into Livestorm event session popularity. Let's say because this is a popularity report, I want the most popular to be first. Let's click on more, sort, contacts, and we'll say descending. Update existing report. You can also save as a new report. So if you want to create a duplicate of that report and update some of the filters to show different data, you can do that as well. But there we see my report now has descending from most popular to least popular on my dashboard. Great, we've built our first report. You can read this chart to see which topics or formats are the most attractive to your registrants, and you can see which event sessions are the most popular. Great thing about this is you can click on one of those event sessions, and it's going to drill down into that event session and show you who is registered for this event session. You can get a list of registrants just by clicking on it. Let's go ahead and build another report. We'll click on reporting, reports, exactly the same as before. This time we want to build a report based on attendance, not just registration. So we'll click on create report. We're going to do exactly the same thing here. We'll click on custom report, click on next, create your own report. We want to pick the same data sources, contacts, add more data sources. We'll scroll down, marketing events. It'll automatically select marketing event participations and we'll click next. For this report, marketing event name, we're going to pick the same fields. So the name as the x-axis, and we'll choose count of the contacts. We want to change this report so that this is not registrants, it's attendees. What we need to do is come here to filters, change it from registrants to attendees. We want to come here to marketing event participation. So these are our 3 data sources, searching in marketing event participations and contact attendance date. We'll drag that here, and to apply the filter, we'll click here. Is known, has ever contained exactly. What we want to do here is add attended. We know that's the status name. Click enter, and we'll click apply. Now that our report is updated, it's 4, 9, 3, 5, and 3. Let's check that that's correct. If we go to marketing events, 3, 5, 3, 9, 4. So we can see that's correct. Now our report can update it. Not just registered, but who's attended these events. Those numbers are correct, so we have everything configured there, and we'll save the report. Don't add to dashboard, add to existing dashboards. Let's add that to our dashboard that we created earlier. Reports, Livestorm, save and add. Let's go to our dashboard. Here's our report dashboard. We have created 2 reports, one based on popularity of registrants and another one of the attendee count. So let's go back into our attendee count report, the one that we just created, and let's scroll down on the right here, more settings. So again, we want to sort this by contacts and we want to be descending. And there we have it. Just like the popularity report, the attendee count report is descending from the Livestorm event sessions with the most attendees to the lowest. We can get an overview of which event sessions are getting the most attendees. Back in our report builder, x-axis, here's what we can do. We can click on this edit, can say event sessions, and for the y-axis, we can change the name on the reports, attendees. It's great, we have attendees and event sessions. One thing we can do here on this report is, let's say this event session here, Paris. Now if we click on that, we can see who the 3 attendees are. There's our 3 registrants who actually attended the event. Another thing that we can do here is we can customize this drill down view and we can add specific pieces of information to this report. Let's take a look at how we can do that. So fields, let's have a search for what type of information we can get here. Let's just search for Livestorm. There's a bunch of fields here of information that you can add to that report. Last live attendance, and we're going to drag that across here to fields. If we click on this again, so Sydney, and we can see here that that field has been added to this report for that event session. It's highly customizable. I recommend that you have a look at all of the fields on the left-hand side there, see what's available, or search any of the other fields that are already in HubSpot, and that may link into some other records that you have for marketing campaigns or anything else that you have in HubSpot. So in this example, it's really cool. Livestorm, last live attendance. Singapore, Paris. Let's take a look at another one. Last session ID attended or last session ID registered. You want to get the session ID for the last event that they attended. Livestorm number of registrations, so we can get the number of registrations that they've registered for in Livestorm. So there's a whole bunch of information there. Livestorm last replay watch, let's chuck that one in there as well. And we can see here that our new columns have been added to this report. Livestorm last replay watch, that's the name of the event for the last replay that they watched, or Livestorm last session ID attended. So maybe you want to get that information. That's the last session that they attended. There's a whole bunch of information and fields that you can pull into your own report, or you can use for your own filters. It's really powerful the way that you can customize it based on all of those fields. I'd recommend having a look at all of the available fields and seeing how that could be useful to you when you're building your own report. So that brings us to the end of this video. We've built 2 essential reports today, one for registration popularity and another one for attendee performance, which are fantastic starting points. But it's just the beginning. We truly encourage you to dive into the world of HubSpot reporting for your lifestyle events by experimenting with the different data sources, filters, properties available to you. It's highly customizable and you can build almost any type of report based on those data fields and the data field properties available to you. Feel free to check out our other HubSpot videos for more tips. And if you need any help along the way, we're here at Livestorm Support to help you. I encourage you also to check out Livestorm Community. And if you see a topic that's not already been discussed there, please raise a new topic, sign up for the Livestorm community and ask the question. So that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.